Good morning. This morning, I'm going to show you how I fix my pancakes and my blueberry homemade syrup. My blueberries I pick out in my garden, which I've made videos on that. The trick to this is your pancakes, it's cut and dried. You measure your ingredients per the container. I use milk instead of water, cold milk. Stir it up good till all the lumps is out of it. Now, the trick is on this blueberry syrup. When you pick the berries and you bring them in, of course you wash them. Wash them really good. Lay out a towel or a dishcloth or whatever. Spread the berries out on it and let them dry, until they're good and dry. Then you freeze them. These are frozen, but notice they're loose. They're not all one big clump. Put them in there wet and you got a big clump. And the reason I don't like them clumped, when it comes time for me to make my blueberry homemade syrup. Oh, something else. I also raise blackberries. So sometimes I'll mix blackberries and blueberries together, as in this case. And I have bags of regular blueberries frozen and regular blackberries frozen. You take your blueberries, depends on how many pancakes you're going to cook, how many people's eating. And you put them in a cup, like so. You get what you need, or won't. Get that out the way. You take it, see the blueberries? Now here's the fun part. You take your honey, which I also have a beehives. I've made videos on that. Give me a second. What you do now is you take your honey, get you a big old handful of it, and pour it on top of those frozen blueberries. And let that spoon drain, and you take your vanilla. Now people, I love vanilla, but I'm real cautious on this is real vanilla, not imitation. Put a very small amount, very small, in the cap. I mean, you can't hardly see that, a couple of drops. And you pour it in there. Now the thing about these blueberries and blackberries, when you put them in that microwave and let them cook, what happens is they just melt down. This cup will be full of juice. Juice, honey, and vanilla. The blueberries will just be down to nothing. Absolutely nothing. Just a hull. All right? Now, what you do with this, you'll put it in the microwave, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You can keep checking it. Now, while them blueberries is cooking, you're supposed to let your mix set a couple of minutes. And then when your blueberries is making up, you come over here. Now here, I have a whatever you call that thing. Plus, I have this. My mama said this skillet was in the family before I was, long before me. I don't know how to take that, but she said it. And the thing is, she passed it down to me. Now I use it to make, when it's just me eating by myself, I'll use this to make the pancakes. But when I got company coming over, I just grab this here on my little grill, about 1.5 minutes on each side. You got pancakes. Okay. Now, this is out the way. If you'll notice, right here, it's just Barbara and I, Bobby, I call her Bobby. In my garden, I have 3 or 4 squash bushes, 2 jalapeno peppers. I don't plant a bunch. About the only thing I have is 8 blueberry bushes, 3 fig trees, and stuff like that. Because they produce and I freeze that. But my squash bushes, I have a freezer full of squash, freezer full of blueberries and blackberries, and they'll last me all year. Now, I'm gonna pull these. All right, it's kind of hard to see, but if you look down in here, see the juice? Now that, people, cook it to your consistency. This is good for me because I love blueberries and blackberries. But that right there has melted down. There's a full cup when I started. Look at them. But you take that and put it on top of your blueberries, and it is absolutely unbelievable. Get this out of the way right now and check my, let's see what I got here. Turn them one time. Don't start flipping and mashing, just turn them. All right. Now, when these are done, you lay them however you want to do it and use that instead of syrup. And people, I'm going to tell you something. It is really, really good. Okay, pancakes are finished. Of course, I usually have eggs and bacon with this, but show and tell only this morning. You put your pancakes, you take your blueberries. Look at that. I'm telling y'all, you will have to do it to believe it. It's really, really unbelievable. Everybody that's tried this, it makes it hard to keep your blueberries. Because once your family tastes this, I need your blueberries. So, believe it or not, what I do is I rooted some fig trees, some blueberry bushes, and I started handing it out to the family. I said, stick them in the yard. You have your blueberries. Like and subscribe.